I'm delighted to be joined by Christian Williams ahead of the Sky Bet Chase at Doncaster on Saturday. And Christian, how are you, first of all, and how's Captain NORD?
Yeah, both good, thanks. Both in good form. So no, it's exciting times. Just obviously feature race on a Saturday, and the horse has done nothing but improve all year. So we're very excited. See if we take another step in the right direction.
Yeah, and I see he's 11-4 favourite now, and that's disappearing quickly as well. I guess a lot of that's because of his form that's working out so well, and the handicap has put him up at another £3 today on Tuesday, so he's £3 well in on Saturday.
Yeah, the handicapper is. I don't make too much fuss, they're usually right, and he's a decent man. The Chase handicapper, get on very well with him. So the horse looks like to have good profile, not just the winner that beat us at Kempton. A third horse has come out and won, and the King's Writ finished 7th or 8th, run a good race in the Somerset National. So the form looks solid, and I'm probably better off to be getting nudged up a few pounds with the form being solid and horse disappointing. So we've got no complaints.
And the plan, this has been I spoke to you after he just won at Newbury in November, and you said to me then, Sky Bet Chase via Kempton. So it's been in the back of your mind for a while, and it's gone to plan pretty well so far.
Yeah, he was quite a burly horse last year. He was carried a little bit of weight, and we managed to get him a bit lighter this year. So we didn't want to go straight from Newbury to the Sky Bet Chase. We wanted to get a run in between then, and so he obviously ran a great race at Kempton. He seemed to jump a lot better at Kempton for some reason. I put cheek pieces on him that day, but I wouldn't have thought it was the cheek pieces made that obvious difference. But his jumping was very good at Kempton. It was a little bit sticky at Newbury, but the ground was maybe a bit quick at Newbury, and we do think he stays well. We haven't really wanted to expose him at the trip until we really have to. So hopefully his first time with the trip will hopefully be in the Grand National. So we've always thought he could turn into a good staying chaser. But like I said, we haven't used that trip yet, so we're just keeping that up our sleeve.
And he's been finishing his races so well over 3 miles, hasn't he? And that running style he has of coming through horses, and he gets on really well with Jack Tudor as well. Yeah,
we had to ride him a little bit further forward at Kempton, just because of the nature of the track and the ground that day. But yeah, we do think he likes coming through horses, and we do think Doncaster will suit him. So the owner was also keen to go to Doncaster as well, and I won the race as a rider, and big fella thanks at the same profile, went to Kempton and seated me, went to Doncaster, won well, and then went to the Grand National. So just using the same route, really, pick up things as you go along, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And he's improved an awful lot, hasn't he, this season? And he's a horse you've had all of his professional career. So it must give you great satisfaction to watch him improve to this level.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, he's bought off a very good friend of mine, Pat Doyle, who's a great producer of horses in Ireland, and he actually sold him to us. He thought he's going to be a very good horse, and we've had great fun with him up until now. But ultimately, we were always hoping that his rating would end up being, like I think he went into this season rated 122. So as he got bought as a good horse, he was still off his rating. He was disappointing because we always hoped he'd be better than that. But he always showed us glimpses last year that he could be a good horse when we took him to good tracks. Newbury, I think he finished 4th or 16 at Newbury last year. Looked like a decent horse. Went to Ascot, did the same. Went to Sandown, did the same. And then we ran him a Fakenham. Then we thought he'd win well, and he only scraped home. So it was a bit disappointing at Fakenham. But he still won. But it does seem to be better on good tracks. So one of the children just fell. So we're hoping that Doncaster will be a track that'll suit him, and for some reason he just, as you said, he just improved, and hopefully we haven't got to the bottom of him yet. It's probably because maybe just his age, just come the right age for staying chaser. Just maybe he's peaking at the age, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you put it down to, and I guess just time and patience is part of it, and those facilities you've got there at Ogmore as well. How long have you been there now? Is it 2 years? He must
Yeah, just over 2 years, I think.
Doesn't
Yeah. Obviously, great facilities, but you just adapt your facilities. The training centre I was at before I went there was a 3 furlong carpet gallop, and we enjoyed great success there. But yeah, the place seems to. I don't think he had great feet. I don't think his feet were great last year, and we just tinkered around with a few things this year. We obviously NAF sponsor the yard, and with a few supplements we given him. So maybe we just got his feet in a better place this year, and obviously that equates to them just getting the mind right then, and he seems in great form.
You mentioned Big Fella Thanks earlier. Obviously, it was one of the biggest wins of your riding career, I guess, wasn't it? Winning the Sky Bet Chase on him. What do you remember of that day?
Yeah, I remember. You could never hit the front too soon on him. I got a little bit early, and I was afraid to look around after that. Then, and a loose horse chased me quite closely from the second last, but as I said, I was too frightened to look around. I didn't realise the horse was loose. So he won very well that day. Travelled like a good horse, and he's a very good horse. It's just he just never stayed to trip in the Grand National. I think he ran in it 4 or 5 times, but never quite got home. And he'd always finish a little bit distressed in the Grand National. So I'm not sure if he used to struggle a little bit with his wind over those extreme distances. But he's tailor-made for the race. Really, just didn't quite get home.
And you rode him in the National to be 6th, and you were also 2nd in the National on Royal Eau Claire. Is that right? Behind Hedgehunters?
Yeah, Royal Eau Claire be a similar stamp to Captain NORD than Big Fella Thanks. Big Fella Thanks be a bigger, stronger horse, but Captain NORD's obviously French horse like Royal Eau Claire, and not small, just a good size and fairly sturdy. So yeah, we just think the race will suit him, and he's from a good family. Captain NORD, he's a good sire. Void and all from a good family. All the family are 130, 140 horses, and it's just great to have seen him the best in this year. He's owned by a really good supporter of mine. Has been with me from the start. And quite a funny story. We really fancied him one day at Exeter, and I think he was rated 96 over fences that day. And he managed to get beat for some reason. He finished 2nd, but looking back now, he had about 40, nearly 50 pound in hand that day. But just shows, he's improved. He's probably strengthened up, and he's in a good place mentally now. And the boy at home, Lee Stevens, rides him out every day and knows the horse well. He near enough trains him himself, but we'll probably do his last piece of work with him tomorrow. Probably take him to on a bit of grass tomorrow. Do a nice piece of work with him tomorrow, and then just keep him taking over then till the weekend.
All part of the learning curve, I guess, getting beaten off such a lowly mark. Hopefully the owners had a bit of money on him and his victories since. But yeah, you talk about the Grand National there. Obviously, you've got Potter's Corner as well. As Captain NORD sort of overtaken him as your national number 1?
Potter's Corner has been a great horse, and he's obviously guaranteed a run in the race. So Captain NORD needs to put that right now on Saturday to guarantee himself a run in the race. But we obviously went up £3 there, so he's snapping at his heels. I think he's only £8 below him now, so it's a tough decision for Jack there, and picking which one to ride if they both get in. Potter's Corner is, if you actually go through his form, even at his age, his form is still improving each time he runs over fences. So it'll be a tricky decision for Jack, but good backup in the yard. Adam Wedge comes in once a week, rides out. Nick Schofield comes in and rides out. So we've got no worries on that front.
Could be a nice national ride for someone to pick up for sure. And Potter's Corner, how's he come out of his hurdles run? And is he going to run in the cross country at Cheltenham?
Yeah, he seems in good form there. We haven't done too much with him since the Warwick run, but we're happy. It's a sharp track, probably a very competitive hurdles race. He wouldn't be a specialist hurdler, and I thought he ran a nice solid race. And now we're pleased, and we look forward to Cheltenham now, cross country race, and then all systems go then to Aintree. Now exciting times. We just trained specifically this year for Not so much Aintree for the cross country race as well as Aintree. We think we've got a real good chance in the cross country race. So can't tell you we've been training specifically for Aintree because he'd be going to Cheltenham in as good a form as we can get him. So they were his two main targets this season, and he came out of his race real well in the cross country race in October. So I don't think the track takes that much out of him. So, and he usually backs his form up 2 or 3 weeks after. I think when he won the Welsh National, he won the herd race a fortnight before that, and when he won the Midlands National, he running the Ida Chase only 3 weeks before that. So the timings would be perfect from Cheltenham to Aintree for Potter's Corner.
Two of your stable stars there, Captain NORD and Potter's Corner. Just on a more broader level, Christian, how tough it been as a trainer in lockdown this season with prize money cuts and everything that you've had to deal with?
Yeah, it's obviously not ideal. We're lucky Captain NORD won a nice pot at Newbury, and Kitty's Light won a race at Exeter, also very good with prize money as well. Limited Reserve won a big prize last year, Potter's Corner the same. So they obviously support the Kitty going into this season, but hopefully can make progress on that front. And it's been a tough time for everyone. We're just lucky in racing that we managed to carry on to some degree, and you know, even people who don't own horses in the yard, they can support our runners. Something to look forward to. Even if I haven't got a run on a Saturday, look forward to getting back home and watching the racing on telly, which so we're lucky to be involved in the sport. So
bringing it back around to Captain NORD, good prize money on Saturday in the Sky Bet Chase, a 75 grand race, 40 odd grand to the winner. Just what would it mean to you in the yard for Captain NORD to go and do it at Doncaster?
That'd be great. Yeah, obviously a feature race, and as you set out every year, you try and think which horse can win your ITV races, and how you plot them out to do that. So that'd be great for the yard. Just be great to see the horse showing the potential we thought he had for a good supportive owner as well.
Great stuff. Well, best of luck, Christian. I hope it all goes well for you.
Cheers. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.